Welcome, I'm Hayden Wojo, the Big Baller brand. This is
Braden Klutz.
Along with Timmy Wilcox.
We'll be talking about the NBA draft. Take it away.
So, as biased hometown fans, with the 19th pick, the Atlanta Hawks took one of the best players in recent history for Maryland, Kevin Huerter. And for the 43rd pick, the Denver Nuggets took forward Justin Jackson and was later traded to the Orlando Magic. And Timmy?
Yeah, I liked to see both those former Terps get selected in the NBA draft. Justin Jackson took a little bit of a risk going in after not so good of a college season, being cut short due to injury. But I was really happy to see him drafted. And then the Hawks, I really think they have something going out there with Amari Spellman, Kevin Huerter, and Trae Young. Really something special. Young team that looks like they have a bright future.
You know, a huge part of the draft was the Luka Doncic, Trae Young trade. You know, very interesting trade. We'll see how it works out. But, you know, you got Grayson Allen going to the Jazz. Really excited for that. See how he works out with Mitchell.
Next, a little older topic, the NBA playoffs. It went perfectly to script in the finals, where Golden State swept Cleveland without any real match except for the first game. But the more competitive match was in the conference finals. The first one, the Western Conference Finals, Golden State taking on Houston, which went to 7 games. Timmy?
Yep, the Rockets having one of the league's best stars, James Harden, and then they were facing off against the Golden State Warriors that has Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. 2 really good teams, very competitive games, and the series ended up with the Golden State Warriors in the win column heading to the finals.
And then in the East, LeBron just keeps doing what he keeps doing and winning playoff games. First, he took down the Pacers. It took 7 games, but he got there. Then he swept the Raptors, which was a tremendous series for him and the Cavaliers. Then we go to a very exciting Cavaliers versus Celtics matchup, and it went to Game 7, and that was one of the best, series that I've ever watched. It was very exciting. And then, which brings them to the finals, and to that exciting Game 1. But after the stupidity of J.R. Smith, I didn't see him winning another game after that one.
We have a caller on the line, Mr. Mutombo.
Mutombo. Hey guys. Hey, I have a question. So if Chris Paul were healthy in that Game 7, the Rockets, if you remember back, they were up in the second half, in the third quarter, and the Warriors went on this huge run. Do you think if CP3 were healthy that the Rockets would have won that game, and then also would they have won the finals?
I think that it would have made it a lot better game because Chris Paul was a very hot hand in that series. And I feel like that would have been a much closer game, and maybe even Houston would have taken it. It would have been a much better finals. But I feel like if Chris Paul were healthy, in my opinion, Houston would have won.
And if you look at it, you have the Warriors versus the Cavaliers. You just think sweep. But if you have the Rockets versus the Cavaliers, you don't think not so much. So clearly the Warriors are still the better team, but Chris Paul brought that extra flavor to the Rockets. And I still don't think that's enough. I think they need to get another free agent this summer, but if Chris Paul was healthy, there's a very possible chance they would have won.
Yep, and I would have rather seen a team like the Rockets in the finals, because every single year it seems to be like in the recent years it's been the Warriors and Cavs, a little boring to watch. If we could have seen the Rockets or maybe the Celtics in the finals instead of the 2 usual teams, it would have been a lot better to watch, I think.
We have another caller on the line.
Hey, this is James in Washington. I have a question. So, Dwayne Casey last night, very awkward at the NBA award show. He won Coach of the Year, but the Toronto Raptors fired him after he won the award, or right before. So, if with the new coach, do you think, say if LeBron stays in Cleveland, right? Do you think Toronto could finally get over the hump in the East with a new coach? Would that help them at all, or are they still messed up?
I really don't think the firing of Dwayne Casey is going to help them. I feel like they need another asset, maybe a big man or a small forward to get them over that hump. But Dwayne Casey I feel like Toronto shouldn't take him for granted. I feel like with him there, they had their most successful year in team history. And I feel like if maybe a new coach can bring another mindset, but I don't think that's going to put them over LeBron James if he goes back to Cleveland.
And if you see teams in the East, teams are getting better. Philadelphia, Celtics, and now the Pistons. And if LeBron stays in Cleveland, he's only watching his competition get better instead of joining them. So I really think LeBron's going to leave the Cavaliers. But, the Pistons, they got a great coach, and it was a very awkward situation with, winning Coach of the Year and getting fired. So, I mean, the Pistons, they got tools, but they'll need to get more.
Yep, it'll be interesting to see what the 2018-2019 season holds after free agency, which is coming up soon, where LeBron ends up, and the East is going to be pretty competitive, I think, as it has been in the most recent years. It'll be pretty exciting to watch.
Thank you for listening. You were listening to the Big Baller Brand. I'm Braden Kletz along with
Wojo,
And Timmy Wilcox, thank you.
good night.